really enjoy listening to Dr. Smith every time she speaks, and want to share a little bit. There are some exciting things that are happening in our African American community here in Little Rock, Arkansas. There's a conservative movement. She's one of the leaders in it. Her husband has a strong background, a strong following. Joe Nathan, who is our salesman for this event, is the chairman of the African American Republican Caucus. And then we've got Angel Robertson, who is an unbelievable spokesman. It's kind of like what you were talking about. I went to a Republican committee one night, and Angel prayed to open it, and I said, I gotta go meet that girl. She is something special. So a lot of good things are happening. I want to mention one thing. On June, I believe it's 16th or 17th, David Barton with Wall Builders is going to be here in Little Rock, and he's going to be speaking at an event, and he's going to talk about the history of the Republican Party and the African American community. And there is quite a history. It's a long history. And when you look back at that history, it's eye-opening, and most people don't realize it. Martin Luther King was a registered Republican. I don't want to steal the whole thing, but John E. Smith that she mentioned, he was chairman. He was an African American that was chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas in the early 1900s. There is a long history with the Republican Party and the African American community. And we have a chance to bring this together and vote our conservative values and work with this community and grow with them. It's an exciting time. I'm really excited about it. I think I've said excited 10 times. I won't say excited again. But.
So much. Dr. Cass, wonderful job as always. She's so inspiring. I was really hoping she'd call Mara, because I hate following her. This is my second time to have to follow her. And so rather than speaking the last time I followed her, I just raised money for her, because there's no need to be trying to follow up on that. This is, I believe, a very pivotal year for a lot of reasons. And I want to commend you, Secure Arkansas, for the job that you're doing and what you mean to this political process. Let's just be very honest. I believe that it had not been for people like Secure Arkansas, like the Tea Party, we would not have the passion, and we'd have the motivation that we're feeling and seeing right now. And I really appreciate that so very much. And I appreciate Jeannie and Todd and how they have led, and especially in the immigration, or rather the health care fight, and standing up to our own Attorney General, who refused to go along with the wishes of the people. And I believe that's one of the most important things that I see. There's two things that I see very important in this race for Lieutenant Governor. Some would say this office is not greatly influential because of its lack of constitutional power. I would say Bill Halter, to respond to that. Bill Halter has used that office to do some things that are very detrimental. One of those being a statewide lottery or state produced lottery, which is a terrible policy on the people of Arkansas. When you look at states that have a lottery, there are actually 13 states that are trying to sell their lottery right now. Typically, a lottery has a 3.5-year shelf life and starts descending in profits at the end of 3.5 years, because you only have a certain group of people that are going to play the lottery. And so what happens, you have to keep expanding and enticing to get the same amount of people to play. And so it's just a bad economic model. Someone asked me, so why do you think it's a bad economic model? Well, I used to live in Texas, and unless you stood in line to pay $50 worth of gas, and you waited 15 minutes for somebody ahead of you to buy 5 lottery tickets and scratch them while you're waiting to buy $50 worth of gas, and they spent $5, there's your bad economic model. And so it's just not a good economic model, but we have it, and what we've got to do now, in my mind, we've got to work to get rid of it at some point. And so I think that's very important. The other thing, though, that I see about the Office of Lieutenant Governor is, for lack of a better word, it is an ambassador for the state of Arkansas. And what the people of Arkansas need, they need someone in a constitutional office that will stand for the people of Arkansas. Our Attorney General won't do it. He just refuses. Our governor he'll say something after the fact. He'll make a statement and he'll make a judgment after the fact. But that's not leadership, folks. That's politicians. And we're done with politicians. We now need leaders.